The man accused of a fatal stabbing at a Kroger in Southgate appeared in front of a judge today. Hello and welcome to Fox 2 News at 10. I'm Dave Spencer.
And I'm Hillary Golston. He's not been charged with murder, even though someone obviously died at the hands of another. Fox 2's Lauren Edwards has been working this story. It's kind of a bizarre one when you hear the fact pattern right at the outset, Lauren.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave and Hillary. I can tell you that we've been out here for a number of hours, and it was business as usual at the Kroger behind me here in Southgate. Sadly, it is the site of that tragic fatal stabbing. Let's take a look at that scene that happened earlier this week. Now, you can see police and detectives investigating the scene at the Kroger in Southgate on Fort Street. Prosecutors say on Tuesday, 33-year-old Charles Hinton was working at the Kroger when Ramon Vasquez walked in and began punching him repeatedly. That's when police say Hinton pulled out a knife and stabbed Vasquez twice. Vasquez was then taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Hinton remained at the scene, and prosecutors say that the two men knew each other through a woman, but they never met face to face. Today, Hinton was charged with 1 count of carrying a concealed weapon, and Fox 2 today also spoke with an employee who wanted to remain anonymous, and he says the situation is layered and involves a confrontation over inappropriate behavior.
It's devastating. It's like so sad. No one will say his name. It's very sad. But you know, most of the lower end employees we speak about in whispers.
The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office at this time is not charging him with the death that resulted because of that stabbing, but he did have that knife concealed on or about his person, which is how these charges resulted. Given the nature of that incident, I believe that he should not possess any weapons, but as I said, you've already covered that.
Now, it's important to know that under Michigan law that an individual can use force and even deadly force in cases of self-defense. And we also reached out to Vasquez's family. I'm just waiting to hear back, wanting to get their thoughts and perspective on everything. And I've also reached out to Hinton, spoke to him on the phone, and he says now is just not a good time to talk. He is scheduled to return to court on October 31st for his preliminary hearing. Reporting live here in Southgate, Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, Lauren, just curious if you talked to that employee, the one that wanted to remain anonymous, if they've had any sort of incident between these two at that Kroger before.
You know, there hasn't been much of an incident, and the employee really didn't say much, just wanted to go on camera, again, as concealed as possible, but go on camera and say, you know, this is still very sad, very unfortunate, and it's impacting a lot of people at the Kroger.
Yeah, a lot more to come on this one. Lauren Edwards for us live. Thank you very much for that report.
Radio, be advised, this vehicle is wanted for carjacking. Back on Southville.
Well, what you are looking at is the view from the Eye in the Sky operated by Michigan State Police, also known as Trooper 2. It helps officers on the ground catch an alleged carjacking suspect here. The driver out of control, running into the wall of the Southfield Freeway and bumping into other drivers. The man crashes and then decides to get out, run, and hop a wall. Now, we obviously see that woo, my goodness, that is pretty wild. Eventually, officers with guns drawn got him to stop and put him in cuffs.
Not like working a accident. It's not like working a tornado. We're dealing with explosions. And I would say at this time we're dealing with remains.
A town in Tennessee shaken to its core after a massive blast at an ammunition and explosives plant leaves no survivors Friday morning. Today, officials stated they found 2 more bodies, bringing the number of unaccounted people to 16. Investigators say their focus now is on recovery and identifying those victims.
We have 16 people that were gunned down on last night, which 12 of them were taken to the hospital and 4 of them were dead.
Also developing tonight, 4 people have died. As you just heard, there are 12 others injured after a mass shooting in Leland, Mississippi. Now, according to the information we have, the shots rang out overnight. A high school football homecoming game apparently preceded this. Officials say the shooting didn't happen on the school campus. So far, no arrests have been made.